All right, everyone. Welcome back to All About Chefs podcast. I'm the host. My name is Daiji, and we are talking all about chefs, and that's why I call this podcast All About Chefs. And I have a special guest today, a good friend of mine. I would like to say, who is a sushi chef based in San Francisco Bay Area. His name is Master Kevin Liu.
That's correct. That's
Yep.
me.
Right, that's
Yep.
you, right? And he and I met in 2022 when I first started sushi on a boat originally. So he did a couple of pop-up with me,
That's
and
right.
since then we have a good relationship. And he's now part of this restaurants and some of the restaurant businesses. So I'm excited to learn more about you.
All right.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
show, Master.
Thank you, Daiji. I'm honored, and this is my first podcast ever. Actually,
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me today. And
Cool, man. You know, it's funny because I feel like previous two podcasts, I did prep a lot
yeah.
because
Mhm.
the first two episodes were, the first ones.
Yeah,
So I feel like I had to, get ready and everything. But
that's
I
for
feel like
sure.
I know you more
That is
than
true.
the previous
Yeah,
two,
that is true.
the guests.
Yeah.
So I think
Sin-
I keep it with going with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I would like to start my podcast with asking your where you come from. You are the chef, so
Yeah.
can you walk
Mhm.
me through how you kind of end up here?
End up here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at the beginning, that how I became a sushi chef,
Mhm.
it was actually just by coincidence.
Mm.
And I went to a culinary school, Le Cordon Bleu,
Okay.
to study,
Mhm.
pretty much. And I found this place called Roca Core, and that was my first ever sushi job that I've applied to. I found it on Craigslist,
Okay.
and at that time they were hiring for a 5-year experienced sushi chef, but I had no experience, so I just submitted my resume either way.
Uh-huh.
And then I got hired right away, and I started my training there. And at that time, I met my mentor, and my mentor is the one that taught me about the basics of being a sushi chef and knife skills, cleaning skills, and yeah, a lot of my basics, or for being a sushi chef, that's where I started. That's where I learned, and after that, I went to Hinata, and Hinata is located in SF, and we were open on end of 2016, and that was my first omakase.
Very early in the game.
Very early in the
2016.
game,
Yeah. Yeah.
At that time, our omakase was $78,
Right.
and but because competition was pretty high at that time, so we kept our price pretty low.
How much are they charging? Do you know? Right now. Mhm.
Right now, I believe it's 125.
125.
Yeah,
Okay.
but for
Mm.
for solid 3 years straight, we did 78.
Mm.
Yeah,
Cool.
and that's how I get all my I would say as like a little bit more on a refined skill set. That's
Mhm.
where I kept my skill set as
Yeah.
more refined, as be able to get to this point. And right now, I've been a sushi chef for 10 years.
10 years.
So I started when I was 20. Now I'm 30.
Oh, you
so
turned 30.
I just turned 30.
Wow, you're
Yeah, I
getting
just turned
older.
30. Getting older.
Yeah, because
Feeling
when
the
we
bones.
first met, you were like 26 years old. or
27, 28.
20,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's when we
yeah.
first met.
something. You are
yeah.
one of the youngest sushi chefs I know.
I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, and not anymore. But
Yeah.
still, though, you're right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's rare to see sushi chefs in 20s.
Yeah,
and
I
that
think right now is more rare because there's more opportunity out there for
Mhm.
people to, to do and to make money. And like
Right.
sushi chef, I think it is very rare to see younger generation to get
Mhm.
into the work ethic for a sushi chef because it is long hours.
Yeah.
Not anybody can do this for
Yeah.
sure. It is not a life that a lot of parents would want their kids
Mhm.
to have for sure. And
But don't you think if you do it well, being
Yeah.
a sushi chef also
It
makes
is.
you good money?
yeah, definitely. But I
Yeah.
think it's also a passion thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I grew up always loved to cook,
Mm-hmm.
and I think going this route was the better choice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like to meet new customers,
Mm.
and I think that's one of the great things that I like for being a sushi chef, because I be able to see like different people every day, like,
Right.
pretty much, and it helps my hours better, like
Yeah, totally.
working as a long hours. Like if you just work in the kitchen, I think it will be more stressful than actually being a
Yeah,
sushi
I
chef.
actually
Yeah.
I had this conversation with Taku in
Yeah.
my very first episode.
Yeah.
Sushi chefs among all the other type of chefs, because we have this interactive,
with people.
experience with customers, so
Mhm.
it makes it easier.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
sometimes you don't even feel like you're working actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're just hanging out, you're
Yes.
just having fun
Mhm.
with customers.
Yes. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I think with my personality, it kind of matches
Yeah.
matches whatever I do.
Yeah.
So which I'm glad I found that early. Like
Mhm.
I wouldn't be able to. I don't know what I'll be able to do or would be doing if I
Mhm.
wasn't a sushi chef.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I never thought about like going.
Did you have any
outside.
other career path?
Career path? I was at that time, I didn't really, because I didn't know what to do
Yeah.
at that time. So then I was just sticking with sushi. So but then the more I was doing sushi, the more that I found out like, oh, this is actually what I want to
Yeah.
do. It's not like I wouldn't be enjoying in the
Mhm.
kitchen like all the time, like, because I'm more like interactive with people.
Yeah.
So then I don't think like it would be more stressful for me,
Yeah.
And actually at the beginning too, my other career path that I thought about was a bartender.
Bartender.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see you do well
Yeah, but
as a bartender.
but now I think about it, it's
Yeah.
like I'm glad I didn't get into
Why not?
bartending. It's more like the hours are different at night,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then I think for me, like if a bartending is like it's a different kind of mindset and clients that you have to focus on. It's like it's not something it's probably not something that I'm good with, but I probably talking wise yes, but then like
Mm.
as a skill set I don't think like especially in the city. Yeah. It's just and I love drinking sake too.
Right.
So then
right.
like
do you make your own cocktails?
cocktails at work not so much. I try to get into that,
Mhm.
but there's something like I'm more focusing on the food side than than all the cocktails and other stuff. So yeah.
Cool, man. Okay, so you went to Rococo.
I did.
That's probably also one of the oldest sushi restaurants in San Francisco.
I think so.
I think so, right?
I think so, yeah. When I
Yeah.
was there, I think they were already in their third year, I believe. I was
Mhm.
there at 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for a year and a half.
Yeah.
The reason why I liked Rokacore at the beginning, and I thought I was lucky to get into Rokacore
Yeah.
because their foundation was really good. For a lot of people to be a sushi chef, usually it's typically you started in a local restaurant, you learn little by little, you move up like that. But then I would say I skipped a step because at
Rococo?
Rococo
Okay. Yeah.
because like they have a lot of stuff, a lot of product that is more higher end than other places that would get, which I have a lot of practice doing that. Same first example, I would say breaking down a whole tuna. I don't think a lot of smaller restaurant or corporation will have a big tuna for you to break down, but local core be able to get that. And I've done like probably 5 to 6 times whole tuna breakdown in my life, which like it in my opinion,
including the one that you just did.
including the one I
Okay.
just did. It
Okay.
was probably about 6 times already.
Yeah.
Which like that's something that not many even as a sushi chef, not many sushi
Yeah,
chefs
yeah,
be able
yeah.
to.
I mean, you can go through your
Yeah.
sushi chef life without doing the whole tuna
exactly.
breakdown.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
can usually you get like a quarter or like a half
Quarter,
tuna
or even like a block.
yeah
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm grateful that have that experience, so
Yeah.
I be able to just hopefully do more.
Yeah, because
for, like,
that's
tuna
all it
breakdown.
takes, right? You need those opportunities to
Yeah.
practice your skills.
Definitely.
Otherwise, theories won't
Yeah,
get
you're
you
getting
there.
rusty,
Yeah. Cool. So Rococo, you went to Rococo and you worked there for 1.5 years.
1.5 years.
And then went to Hinata.
Yep.
And you were with Taku at Rokako?
I was with Taku at Rokako.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I met him there.
You met
and
him
then
there,
I used to teach him stuff when I like, cause I was
Yeah.
already there.
Yeah.
So then usually just teach him how to do
So
this.
he came after you?
He came after me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
What was your first impression of Taku?
First impression, huh? I thought he's very super chill.
Mm-hmm.
He knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's a little bit more touch up to it, like because he haven't done any professional like working stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he caught on stuff very quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah. I only know he was Japanese because his name. But
Taku,
then like,
yeah.
But then like at the beginning I was like, wow, he's like American,
Yeah,
but not really, you know.
He kind of looked like Mexican too.
I know, yeah,
right?
he does. No, but because he told me he came to United States. He came to LA first. He grew up there, and then he grew up around with a bunch of Mexicans. So that's how you get the influence. Like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's nice to hear from someone that knows, Taku's life in early age, before his success with the
that's
YouTube.
true.
Yeah.
He work hard, man. He does definitely work hard.
He sounds like he's a hard worker.
Yeah,
he's super chill, but he is a hard worker.
Yeah. When I was at Hinata, he just after get off work, he goes home, sleep 4 hours, wakes up at 3 a.m., ride his motorcycle to Half Moon Bay or like Mendocino just to make his own like YouTube channel and stuff, which is like really
that's
like
tough,
really,
man.
Really,
It's so because Taku told me exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So you're the witness.
Yeah. I seen everything.
Yeah,
so I know.
You've seen everything.
Yeah.
Was he also doing surfing?
At that time, I'm not. No, he's not. But he does a lot of dive. He does diving.
Yeah.
He does diving.
He's
too.
into fishing, right?
He's into fishing a lot. Yeah, I think right now he's been doing more on the foraging, but before he does more fishing.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, he still do. I don't know if you know, but he also he went to New Zealand. He bought a van there, and then he's like driving around with New Zealand. Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah,
it's like he's living the life,
mm-hmm.
you know. And then he's something that he loved. Yeah, before he stopped with being a physical therapy.
Yeah. A lot of guys dream to have that kind of life.
Definitely. Yeah, but it's not easy. I mean, he worked hard, and also he has a great partner. You know, Jocelyn helps him with videoing, all the editing, like he does. You know, like always supports him, which is like it's definitely
super down to earth, right?
Yeah.
Because when I first met him I think it was through Yen.
Yeah.
I met him through Yen, and we had like a barbecue.
Yeah.
In San Jose, and I remember he was like super chill. And he doesn't pretend like he's a big YouTuber.
Yep.
You know,
he doesn't.
like he's down to do.
Yep.
Pretty much anything. Yeah. Cool, man. So Hinata, and then now at
Okaeri. Yeah.
Okay. So, tell me about Okaeri.
So how Okaeri started was so first I met Janet. That's one of our business partner. I met her through Sasa, which is Hinata's sister restaurant, and I also met my other two business partner, Ivan and Perry, through Sasa as well. We worked together for a little bit, and we all became friends. Yeah. And after I left Hinata, some of them left already. I left, and then that's when I met you. I think so. I think that
when you were at Sasa?
No, after. That's when I met you when I was doing the home omakase. And then I did the 2022. I did the home omakase. Yeah. And I met you. And after that, one of our partner wanted to open a place. So then we ended up found a spot on Mission and 20th. That's how we opened Okaeri Japanese Bistro. That was pretty tough. But then,
the opening, you mean?
The opening was pretty tough because the location, it wasn't, and also because it's end of the pandemic, it was a hit or miss, I believe, because we don't know if people are gonna come out or like how is the business, how is the area is gonna affect like the business.
Uncertain
very uncertain time for sure. But then like because four of us we work well together, and we like for the chef side is me, Ivan, and Perry. We are the one that taking care of like the menu creating on the back end, and then Jenna is the one that doing the front of house marketing and all the front of house managing, and then all of us like working 16 hours a day.
So how many partners do you have in Okaeri, if I may ask?
Four of us.
Four of you.
Four, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Partners
And
plus
then partners,
owners.
No, co-owners more. We have
Okay.
more co-owners. Yeah. And then it's been 2 years. And when we took over the spot, we actually it's two spots in one.
What was that place before?
It was also a sushi restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called Yoji.
Yoji.
Yoji
Was
House.
it owned by Japanese?
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. Yeah. It is Yoji House, but then the same location, the Yoji House cut the space into half. So then the other half they use it at that time. They use it for boba.
Okaeri has the biggest kitchen, man.
It's a big ass kitchen. But the one that before that, so the one before Yoji House, it was a Chinese restaurant. So then we also have wok station on the back.
Yeah.
So it was very like two side. Like we have wok station, steamer, and then like six top burners, and then
Yeah,
it was
you're
fryers.
not even using all of them.
We using the wok. I mean, we used to make family meal. Yeah, we're using everything. We try to use everything, you know, because it's very spatial. Yeah, and that's why it works for us that now we have Tadaima, the cafe. Yeah, we opened last August. Become a really big hit, which is something
I saw all over social media.
Something that something that was unexpected, and I'm glad that it do well, because we did do a lot of like research and menu, like even for sandwich, like trying to make the perfect like, you know, consistent juicy chicken thigh, fried chicken thigh, like that is something that we worked on for like a while.
What do you do with the juicy chicken thigh?
So the chicken thigh, to make it more juicy, you just have to, we do like a half brine. So you know how you're supposed to submerge like let's say you want to cook a very juicy chicken or chicken breast, you have to submerge in a brine, like a salt brine overnight. But instead for us, we half submerge it with like garlic water. So then it soaks up all the garlic flavor. Yeah. And then like we have a bunch of other stuff in, and then we just we marinate one day, and then we just do the same process all over.
And what do you make out of that?
Was it
from chicken thighs? What do you make?
We make fried chicken sandwich.
Fried chickens?
Yeah, fried chicken sandwich. Nice. Yeah, that's our one of the most popular items on Tadaima. And the second popular item for sandwich is the strawberry cream sando.
I saw. Yeah.
That is something.
Fruit sandos.
That's fruit sandos. That is something that, because we are a Japanese restaurant, that's why we're trying to stick it to more on the Japanese culture wise. Yeah. We do have musubis as well, and we as well as onigiri. Yeah, but the most sellers is those two, chicken sandwich and the strawberry.
Do you serve that chicken sandwiches hot or cold?
Hot. By order.
By order.
Wow. Yeah.
So you just prepare everything and just put
by
it
order.
In
So it's more
just fry it.
Correct. That is, and the flour we use.
Do you have half fry it before they order? Or
we do.
Right.
If it's a busy day, because we know it's just gonna go out.
Yeah, right.
Then if it's not a busy day, then we go by order. Go by just, if people come in order, boom, 60 minutes in the fryers, let it sit for another 1 minute to lock in the juice.
Nice.
And then that's it.
What's the business hour?
Business hour for Tadaima on weekdays, we open 7 days. And weekdays we open on 11 o'clock to 4 p.m. And then weekends we open at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's our hours right now. We don't know if it's gonna change, but I think for the hours.
So daytime business.
Yeah. It's a daytime business.
I think breakfast and lunch, that kind of business, have huge opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
because right now, even on weekday, a lot of people are grab and go. You know, it's not like because all the business runs through, like, it's weekends is always busy. Yeah. You know, that is already locked in. It's just the weekday that you have to think about. You know, it's something that, you know, we look into. Same as sushi. Right now, I think sushi is just, unless we change a little bit of things about like running it, then it will be hard, you know, like for people to come in. Yeah.
And one thing I noticed about omakase is that omakase concept is very popular, right, in the Bay Area and California and New York, but I think it's a little bit not easy to come. you know,
That is true.
because it's one, it's expensive,
Yeah.
and two, like you have to dress up and
Yeah.
you know you have to
That
book
is
in
true.
advance,
Mhm.
and like you're looking at half a day
Yeah.
to plan everything.
Mhm.
So it's not casual.
It
But
is
a
not
lot of
casual.
people
Yeah.
like hang out with friends and hey, do you want to go to the sushi spot, right?
Yeah.
But
Usually-
omakase you can't like that. Right?
Omakase you can't.
Yeah.
It's more like you said, special occasions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why like right now because I mean unless there's only like 5 omakase restaurant in the Bay Area,
Yeah,
then
right.
that would work.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that
that
would
would work.
definitely work. But
Yeah.
it's not the case. There's like more than 10,
Yeah.
more than 15 right now.
Yeah,
So
probably a
it's-
good. I mean, if we had to include
Mhm.
set course restaurants, then
Yeah.
probably like we're looking at maybe 50 or
Yeah,
hundreds.
there is
Yeah.
like there's more different and like like even for other cuisine like some like sushi compared to other cuisine, it might be not as like fulfilled as like because like sushi, like without food costs and everything, there's only so much you can do for all of that,
Yeah.
and I know like there is always like people that says like, oh, they had this $150 course sushi like from omakase and they're not full. It does make sense,
Yeah,
right?
it
And
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I know, I totally hear. So I mean, I took over Hiroshi,
Yeah.
not too long ago, but I already sensed that right from customers
Yeah.
that omakase is no longer like the coolest thing.
Yeah. It is.
They're looking at different options. So I think, Japanese cafe is great, and I think what you're doing with 6 tables,
Six
it's
tables.
a great idea. That's brunch, correct?
That's brunch, correct. Six
Okay.
table we just opened on October last year,
Yeah.
so it's more.
You guys
focused
are
on-
very quick.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, we
You-
want to.
Chinese people are very good
Yeah.
at being quick.
Yeah,
I
we
like
are.
that.
It's just like we our co-owners and Vic, like they all want to, just following the wave.
Yeah.
It's just like if we do something good, then we want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
If if there's something that we want to do, like concept and everything, we just want to be quick about it before anybody else is trying to
No,
do.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
You're 100% right.
Yeah, because it's same as like if you opening a omakase restaurant, right? If you let's do it, if you have the people, you have the passion to do it, go for it,
Yeah.
But it's just right now it's tougher. I mean, you can open, but it's getting tougher and tougher
and tougher, more
and
competitive.
more competitive for sure.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's always good to have competitors,
Mhm.
but then like it depends. Like it's just there's so many of us already.
Yeah. So
It's
what
like
do you make at 6 tables? What's the concept?
concept? It's more for like healthy breakfast with a twist of like we do breakfast from like 6 regions. That's like our main 6 items.
Okay.
But we do have we have American breakfast. We do have like the regular omelets, but the 6 main regions is from 6 different pretty much countries. So like
Where are they?
For Japanese, we have the chazuke, and we have shashuka. Shashuka is pretty much like this healthy dish that
Which country is that?
that one is from South Africa.
South
Yeah.
Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that's what
Yeah.
6 tables stand for.
No, but 6 tables is not just 6 tables.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 tables. That's why. No, the reason why it's from one of our partner, Janet.
Yeah.
So 6 is her lucky number, and 6 tables is what we want. Like he pretty much means 6 plates. We thought about the name before, but we wanted 6 plate. But then at the same time, we're like, maybe not that name. That's when
Yeah.
we came with 6 tables.
It's
It's
but
pretty
the
much
number
like
6
yeah,
refers
6
to
comes
the
from
6
yeah,
regions. Okay.
6 regions.
And what are those?
And then
the
we
four?
And then, pardon me.
What are the rest of the 4?
The other one we have Moroccan pancake. Moroccan pancake. Is a pancake that I don't know how to explain, but it has holes. Like,
Okay.
It's a bunch of holes with because you put yeast in it, and then like when the yeast kind of like rise and stuff, like when you cook it on the pan, and it just like bubbles up,
Yeah.
and then it creates holes.
Nice.
And then the reason why for that is like when you pour a syrup on the honey butter, it just soaks in the honey butter. Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
And what are the other ones?
And then we have, let me see, 1, 2, and then we have a Sri Lanka dish that's called the egg hopper.
Sri Lanka?
Yeah. So I don't know. So Janet is partially grew up in Sri Lanka.
Is she Sri Lankan?
No,
Okay.
she's from Hong Kong.
Okay.
But because her dad was doing traveling for work,
Uh-huh.
and then she was partially raised in Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So then that's one of the dish that she really likes. So we trying to incorporate that into the menu
Mm-hmm.
as well. Yeah, and then we have a let me see, one more. I don't know if we change it already. Ooh, hello?
Yeah, you good?
You good?
Yeah.
The huevos rancheros, that's the Mexican one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much its own. I don't know how to explain, but huevos rancheros, so it's eggs. It's almost like a taco,
Yeah.
but then it's like flat, and then you have black beans, you have salsa, and then you have eggs, avocado, and then put like the egg Benedict salt, like
Mhm.
the on top,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
What's the most popular region?
Popular region is Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, which is crazy,
Yeah.
but it's like
I mean, it's kind of expected.
it's
If I-
it's a
yeah,
salmon. Is a we do salmon chazuke with
Yeah.
the matcha
Yeah.
dashi broth,
Mhm.
and that's like the most popular
I
thing.
mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you make
Yeah.
that chazuke with plain rice,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit
So
dashi.
we do the chazuke, so rice, furikake,
Mhm.
and then salmon on top, and then the rest. I think the heater for that is definitely the broth. So
Oh, for
the
sure.
yeah, so it's the
100%.
matcha dashi broth.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's pretty much like that's what. Yeah, that's the heat there.
Mhm.
And
do
also
you make the dashi from katsu? What is
yeah,
it? Katsu.
yeah, katsuobushi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool, man. So that's 6 tables. Those are
Mhm.
the second one, right? After
Six
af-
tables
the
is
third
after
one.
Tadaima.
Yeah, after Tadaima, right?
Yeah, it's literally right after Tadaima that, like, it was, August, 2 months after Tadaima. Because we
Nice.
were already, like, doing renovation for that, planning for that. But Tadaima hits first, so that's why we were like, okay, let's
Yeah.
focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very stressful for sure.
Yeah.
Very, very
Wow,
stressful.
you're working really hard.
Yeah.
Wow, opening
Right
3
now.
restaurants in 2 or 3 years is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it's because we have a really good team. That's why. Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's impossible to do this, like, if
Oh,
you're by
yeah.
yourself,
Yeah,
or like
yeah, yeah.
just like great team is what it is, like,
Yeah,
very,
team is the
very
key.
much. Yeah, it's very rare, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's what we are wanting to expand more,
Mhm.
but
How
we'll
many
see.
let's say like managers do you have? Like how many partners do you have in your operations? Or business?
operations
Oh, business.
wise,
Sorry,
business operations, we have just like operation wise, we have 5.
5.
Just operation
Mhm.
wise, yeah.
Well,
And it's
Mm.
we trying to that's why it's hard to, like, if we open another Okaeri or like another 6 tables,
Mhm.
because we have, like, one of us have to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Unless
what we
you train
try.
someone new.
Yeah, unless we train someone new, or like, just that's why we are focusing on the cafe
Yeah.
more, because
Yeah.
that is a very
It's selling.
it's selling, and
Yeah.
also it is very it is not like I need, like, as a sushi chef as well, if I want to open another Okaeri, or like
Mhm.
something we want, like, or let's say we want to open something similar,
Mm-hmm.
somebody has to either take over what my position is,
Mhm.
which is hard. It's hard for me to find
Do you have
someone. Yeah,
that could?
I cannot find someone yet, so
Not
that's
yet,
why
huh?
not yet. So
Are you
that's
training
hard.
someone?
I am training a couple people,
Mhm.
but it's not at my level. Of
What
like
do you
I-
find the most challenging to find someone that can replace
That-
your position?
as my position? It's like working well with other people in the restaurant,
Yeah.
and be able to communicate better.
Yeah.
And it's like in the restaurant right now, because of the team that I've been working with, it's just easy not to, like, we don't have to talk to each other to be able to move to the next step. It's like, okay, you're doing this, I can just,
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what his next step is, so I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But as on my position working right now, like, it's easy for me because I know everything in the restaurant, so then it's easy for me to know what person is good at what, so I can put him in that like at that position to utilize his skills better. And yeah, I think if to train someone to be taking my position, it probably will take longer than I expected.
For
like
sure.
it's especially if someone from never met before, or like
Yeah. I think that's also why the network of chefs like this
Mhm.
is very important.
very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah. it is something. That's why, I mean, that's what I'm doing every day at work. You know, meeting new people. That's something that I do every day either way, you know, like meeting new people, trying to explore, you know, and that's like help us through a business a lot for sure. You know, knowing a lot more people and like opening new place, and they all come support, and it's like something that I'm very grateful for. Yeah.
Nice, man. Okay, for those who don't know Okaeri, can you explain what their concept is?
Concept for Okaeri?
Yeah.
Right now, when we first opened up concept for Okaeri, it's something that me and my partners do all agree that we want to do something we do have omakase, you know, like which caters to people that want to have the experience for omakase, but we also have experience for people that want to just come grab a couple rolls, or like just want something a la carte, something warm from the kitchen. But also because where we come from is we also have our standard that is not like we just gonna make whatever you know, that is like regular. So we keep it on a higher standard, trying to keep all the dish like new plates. We go look for new plates pretty much every year. We're trying to change it to have a different
every year.
Almost every year.
That's good.
Yeah. And like we all trying to learn something new. Like that's why opening Six Table was very hard, because that's something I never done before. Me, like neither of my partners, we never done like brunch.
Who comes up with the menu?
The menu idea was Janet. That's the one of our partner. And then the recipes most of the recipes is me and my other chefs, but mainly I did the recipe, and then we taste it. Doesn't go well, change it again. And then at this point is just all the recipes done, you know, and it's just I'm not there anymore, so I have Janet is there, and then one of our partners is there just to oversee everything. And then
did you build the team for Six Tables from scratch?
Six Table, some of them right now, yes. We went through a lot of people because of hours and compatibility.
Tell me about the struggles of finding new people for new restaurants. And
it's for me, is the main thing was also the compatibility of like people working together. It was tough, because some people work well together. Like let's say if I hire like 3-4 people, the first 2 people work very well together, and then for some reason the first and the third one doesn't work well, or like it only works like these 2 works well with the other one at night shift, and it doesn't work well with the one in the morning. And then that was like we have to balance it out a lot, and also like hiring people that have different schedules is tough. That's really tough, and
especially
like
for like small restaurants.
And then like because of the hours we open, some people couldn't work in the morning, or like at night they have to leave. So it was now it's still tough, you know. It's still pretty tough. It's not like as a sushi chef that we can have someone that come in the morning, or like work, you know, just have certain hours, like they just like boom, that's how they do it. And then it's more, and also it's easier to manage, because that's what my background is sushi, so it's easier to manage.
So you just say the challenges in hiring is one is like a schedule right?
For
and
sure.
2 is fit, like compatibility.
Compatibility.
So I always think about, when it comes to hiring for restaurants, it's very, very tough, and it's not really a science. It's not like if you find a good talent you can hire.
That is
if
true.
that person is not willing to work with other people, then we can't use that person, right?
That is true.
So would you choose personality over talent when it comes to hiring?
Definitely, because I think for me, at least, if he or she has a good personality, then training wise will be easier for me. You know, easier. It's definitely. I mean, I went through like many like resumes, like interviews and stuff, and then it's very hard to just know a person, just because usually I like hiring. It's hard because unless I had worked with that guy for like 3 days or 4 days, then I know
you don't know
like how basic this person is. But like with resumes and stuff like that, I mean, he can work with many places, but it's or like many good places, but I don't know like how that person gonna work. So usually I try to have like a 3 day period to see how the person work, and then
Mhm.
from their point on, then I will move forward from
How
that.
many interviews do you normally have before you decide to hire someone?
I usually have one,
Mhm.
just one with that same person, and then have that person comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and then have him comes in like 3 days.
Mhm.
Then from their point on, then I would know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Do you know how many interviews I do? Can you
Yeah.
guess?
like interviews as
Before they step into the kitchen.
4,
3.
3.
Minimum 3.
I see.
So I have very unique hiring process.
Okay.
I take time. I
Okay.
take time to hire. So the first interview can be like over phone or in person, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And next time I'm just gonna hang out with that person for like 1 hour, like at
Oh, I
coffee
see.
shop or
I get
something.
it. So to know. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
And then one of the employees that I hired last year, and then on the
Mhm.
third interview, I took him to hike.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went on a hike,
Yeah.
and I highly recommend this because if you're like in a closed room, that person is very very alert and very nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really see through who that person really is.
That is
because
true.
That person is
Mhm.
trying to hide himself.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
But if
Good.
you put him in a comfortable position, like hike, it's above is the sky, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
the trees, and
Mhm. Yeah.
you see the lakes and
Mhm.
greens. They're more at their peace,
Mm-hmm.
so the guards are down,
Mm-hmm.
and that way, like we get to know each other better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that is true. I might use that then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hike was one of the
Mhm.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like people say, take your dates to like a hike to see if that person is a good,
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
good,
Okay.
partner for you.
I see.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think taking time prior to hiring is very important.
Mm.
Because once you hire that person, it's kind of
Mhm.
it's also hard to let
Yeah.
the person go
Mhm.
to. But yeah, it's interesting to see
Mhm.
people different. People use different process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My process is more like my process is this. It's when I'm like beginning, I'm like very very I'm outgoing with the person for
Yeah.
sure, even in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But then I will slowly like test like, okay, if he's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's comfortable, and then he's gonna like maybe, I'm not like saying slacking, but like he might have mistake and stuff.
Sure.
Then I will start addressing that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will start addressing more. If it's, then I will have a sit down. Like I mean, if because usually I start nice, and then I go to like, okay, this is what you need to fix, because that's just what I see, and that's how you usually go towards it. Because I know at the beginning, when I was hired before, my mentor is the opposite. My mentor is the totally opposite. My mentor is like, he's so always hard to you, and then when we go out, he's like, oh, he's chill.
Yeah.
And then when we come back in, he's like, oh, he's so hard, you know.
So you're opposite?
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. It's more
Okay.
like when I'm inside, I'm like, okay, because it's a work
Yeah.
environment
Yeah.
for me, and then work environment, I don't like it when it's too
Too
like when
hostile.
I'm like too hostile, like watching or like watching. But like if I see something, then I will just address it right away. So then I don't wait for him like,
Yeah.
okay, now he's like, he's that
Yeah.
done, and then that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, people when they make mistakes on the spot, they're not ready to listen.
Yeah,
A lot of times,
that is true.
right? So
That is true.
Actually pointing that out doesn't help at all.
Yeah,
That pisses that person off.
Yeah,
normally.
exactly. And then usually I wait, like let's say simple as cleaning fish, right?
Yeah.
I know that I can see that person is already like, okay, it's not cleaning well. So, but then I wait till I cut the fish. I cut. I saw like it is very like scaled, and I go back. It's like, hey, this is
This is how you're supposed
this is
to
how
do
you're
it.
supposed to do. You have to clean here, you have to clean there.
Yeah,
That's usually how I
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant is so interesting. I had the same conversation with Tommy from Yakitori Hina.
Yeah.
Like you get to learn a lot about people.
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is like, I think after to a point that when you're more experienced, or like you at your position to always overlook everything, then you need to be more like eyes on it, and then like yeah.
Totally, man. Yeah. I mean, it's a process. I don't think anyone's actually good at hiring or managing
I
people.
don't think so. Yeah,
It's a very, very tough
Yeah.
subject.
it is very. It's very tough. It's like, yeah, man. It's like even. I mean, if it's a small restaurant, I think that would be a great thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's why I think a lot of small Japanese restaurant, let's say Yoshizumi. Oh, Yoshizumi is like him. He have a
his son working or something, right?
I think his son.
It's easy, right? Just yourself and
yourself, your family, and then I think the wife was the wife is the server.
Yeah. Have you been?
I've been once, long time ago. Long time ago. When
you should go again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been long time ago, and it's like, you know, that's always like a small family business, like kind of just, you know, it's you don't really have to manage.
But
like
though,
that.
right? So question is, that's one way to do it. But do you want to build that kind of business, or do you want to? What's your goal with Okaeri, Tadaima, Six Tables? Like, are you planning to be completely hands off, or what's your plan? What's your goal?
I don't think, you know. Right now, I cannot say that I mean, all of us like working hard, like all of me and my business partners, and it's like even all of us couldn't think about, like if we ever gonna hands off, maybe long time in the future, you know. But right now is more like we are trying to expand and trying to grasp like all the opportunities like that we will
in the Bay
have.
Area or even beyond.
Ooh, it's hard to say, you know. Of course, like, if it's beyond, then that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be really crazy, man. It would be. I mean, why not? Like that is something that, you know, obviously is in the back.
What's like one place that you're personally excited about?
One place
that
that
you want to open your restaurant in.
One place, huh?
It can be anywhere.
One place. If it could be anywhere?
Anywhere, yeah. Anywhere, it could be Japan, it could be Africa, it could be anywhere.
You know, I never thought that long yet.
Yeah.
You know, but then if we can expand just like everywhere in the United States, then that would be that would be very, you know, unrealistic, but that's very exciting, you know. But I like right now, for now, I think Bay Area for sure. That's what we're looking into, and it's that's why it's a challenge, you know. Once it gets to a certain like point, then, you know, if you want to expand more, then you have to have more, everything it has to be more, you know. Like it's just like you expand it to a different kind of circle already, you know. This is a small circle for us, you know. It's just like this small group,
very small.
But then once it becomes this, then it's gonna be all different things, you know.
Yeah it's gonna be totally different. I think
I think it's same as you know, like you have the Daiji yacht, and then you have the home omakase you have here. It's like as soon as like the more you want, they just like the more people is gonna be involved.
Sure.
Yeah, in your process.
Yeah, and you don't want to stretch yourself too thin.
That is,
you know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So I think to have a very good partner or manager is a key.
It is the key, and also I think like because like with my partners, like everybody have we all have like our things to like our job to have to be done, and all of us is like trying our best to do our job better. So that's how everything like happens all at one, like all within this like a small amount, like this short amount of time, which is pretty crazy, I think. And then soon we are trying to, you know, be able to expand more, but not like, you know, burn ourselves out for sure. You know, because I thought opening Tadaima was already very rough.
Crazy, right?
It was pretty crazy because it's like we were in the morning, we were busy, and then we worked the whole afternoon, like the lunch and afternoon, and then we had to go next door to Okaeri to like to run from dinner time till like 10, 11, and then we went back to Tadaima.
That's crazy.
Went back to Tadaima to prep for the next day. We have to make like the cream, we have to make the sandwich, we have to pre-slice the bread, we have to marinate the chicken like overnight. We cannot marinate on the spot because the flavor doesn't go in. And then at the time we're still changing the recipe, and then at the same time we were doing hiring. So we were training new people. Like some people doesn't work out.
Who's
okay.
hiring? Are you the one hiring?
Me and Perry, one of our business partners, we were the one that doing the hiring. So we just keep asking people, training one by one, and just like now is more like everything is smooth, like smoother. But now business is picking up for Tadaima, so
That's good.
which is really good. And then it's just even with the people we have, seems like it's not enough.
Oh, you
we
need more
had
people?
yeah, but like it was on like it's on the weekends, like
Yeah.
when it's nice outside.
Are you more busy during week or weekend?
Weekends?
Weekends.
Weekends. People are more freely to come out.
What time are you open again?
Weekends on 10
And
a.m.
during
10
the
a.m. to
week?
6 p.m. And the weekday is 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
So
Yeah.
it's a brunch.
It's almost like people
Yeah.
grab and go. You just
Yeah.
come grab a sandwich or two,
Yeah.
some musubi or onigiri, and just
I mean, it's
bounce.
a good area. Yeah, people
Yeah,
like
we're
to
right-
like walk.
Yeah,
and-
we're right next to Dolores Park, and Valencia is always busy now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
a big
noticed
one.
that because I do yacht sushi,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
I do omakase in San Francisco too.
Yeah.
And I drive by San Francisco and
Yeah.
Golden Gate Bridge and Marina
Yeah.
District, and I think the traffic is coming back.
It is coming back.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the
noticed that
traffic is crazy now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
traffic meaning the car traffic,
Yeah.
but also like foot traffic.
Yep. That's
People
for sure.
are actually going to the city.
Yep.
But post pandemic, maybe 2022, 2023,
Yeah.
it was kind of dead,
It was kind of dead.
right?
Yeah.
But I think
And
it's coming back.
Yeah, because recently I've been asking my customers like, how you hear about us, and then a lot of them like, or where they live. Some of them live like South San Francisco, Castro Valley, East Bay, and then I was like, oh, what are you guys doing here? And because I can see that it's not a date night. They didn't dress up or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, we're about to go home, but we just gotta work. So a lot of companies are moving people back into the city. Like, okay, you have to come in like at least 3 days a week, and a lot of people are, going back to the city. So then we get more, clients, more people coming in, and a lot more conventions. I would say a lot of meetings from companies, and then we get more of that. We get a lot of walk-ins. We get a lot of people that travel from New York just come here for for conventions and stuff. So
so your business model is walk-ins, basically.
I would
right?
say, yeah. Here weekends definitely reservation.
For Okaeri?
Okaeri reservation are very 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 high. Weekdays I would say half.
Half.
Yeah.
But they don't have to book the omakase, right?
They don't have to book the
They
omakase.
just book the table, right?
Yeah, they book a table and then you can come in for whatever you want. It's just omakase is something that we will always recommend if you had never had omakase experience. Get a sushi bar, get a space, get a seat at the sushi bar and have omakase, and you get an experience for sure.
Can customers book omakase in advance?
They can call in and ask about the omakase, but every day we will have the omakase.
Yeah.
It just depends on how we already open for 2 years, so I know which days are busy, which days are not. So it depends on that. We will have enough.
So you have
product for
how many sushi chefs do you have at the bar? 2 or 3?
Oh, sushi chef 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
Include me.
Is your bar bigger than this?
Our bar is 8 seat. It's long.
Longer than this?
Yeah, it's long. It's not we don't have the L shape, so you just go straight down pretty much the door.
We have the sushi case, right?
We do have the sushi case that is under the counter. So yeah.
And then how many people do you have in the back kitchen?
Oh, back kitchen we have 2. On a busy day 2. Slow day 1 is enough for sure. Yeah, and
So that person does all the tempura and
tempura
soups and stuff. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and then I mean we have a pretty big team. If it's including Tadaima, now we have like
servers, like 3 servers.
Yeah, servers.
How many?
We have 1 host. Busy day 1 host, 3 server, 2 to 3 server plus 1 backup, like a back server.
And the host takes calls, right?
Yeah, host takes calls, take people through their seats and help with the server or like the back end too. Yeah. It's crucial, like especially weekend. Weekend is definitely like when it goes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think host is important for restaurants that actually walk-ins.
Yeah, so that's why like even for us, like even though we have reservation, let's say our reservation is like 3 rounds. We have 5, 7, and then 8:30.
Yeah.
So then within those time, we do have like a 6 p.m. reservation as well.
Yeah.
But like, let's say if somebody walked in at 5, and then we have that seat is the seat we need it back by 6. So we just let them know like, hey, we need it by, we can seat you, but we need this back by 6 p.m. So then that's how we take the walk-in, because a lot of, we do have a lot of walk-in because we don't want to turn down the, walk-ins for sure.
What's the most popular menu at Okaeri?
Popular like items wise?
Oh yeah.
I would say one of them is our signature, the toast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, the toast. That's pretty popular. Our yuzu foam oyster, that's pretty popular. For donburi, I would say our okaeri don and our gokakani don. So our
what is gokakani don?
Gokakani don is pretty much snow crab, fresh snow crab leg of meat, and then miso butter, and that one has amaebi, fried amae head, akami, 3-piece akami, and 3-piece umimasu, as well as 2 scallop. So it's a pretty full bowl, like this big. Comes with miso soup, and usually people order for share. And one of the items that is also pretty popular, but we always limit it because it's harder to make. It has more space wise, and it is our kaminabe. So it's a soy dashi broth. Yeah. And then we have A5 Wagyu. So that's our main thing. So that
do you make steaks or no?
We don't make steaks. Yeah. We do have nigiri for our A5 Wagyu nigiri. We do have that. And because it's hard to make
it is. It is
steak
hard.
it's because it's expensive.
I mean, you need to know how to do that too.
And also it's time consuming for like if we have like a slam with a lot of orders with the kitchen, it's so hard for him, like that person, to be able to make, steak on the fly or like, and also because if Wagyu is expensive and it's for food costs and everything, it's hard for me to charge a certain price. Yeah. Because
Wagyu is super expensive.
Yeah, because I can't like have a 6 ounce for like $89 or $90. People are like, ooh,
Yeah. How much is the toast?
The toast right now, I believe it's 36.
36.
Yeah,
so
but
like
it's a pretty big
right?
one. It's a big one.
And that has Wagyu, uni.
It used to have. So my original toast that I did at Hinata, it does have Wagyu. No more. I switched. Really? So the one that I use here at Okaeri, it is with negitoro. Insane amount of negitoro with uni on top and caviar. So
and that's like a milk bread.
Yeah, milk bread, Japanese milk bread. Yeah. And then it's pretty much this big. Yeah. But it's like this high.
People love toast, like and sandwiches too. So because we do katsusando.
Oh yeah.
So that's actually one of the most popular menu.
I see.
So we actually serve that as part of the 15-course omakase.
Oh wow. Yeah. You do.
Yeah.
So how do you do the, like, if it's 2 people, right? Then do you cut it in like half? Like how does it come out? Like how does the cut?
Yeah. So good question. Our full size katsusando, we use A5 Wagyu tenderloin, and then normally it's served. It's like this size.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, but we cut that into 4.
I see.
So and then so that can serve up to 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
If there's extras, you just snack on it.
Yeah, we just snack on it. Yeah. Oh, and then there's a scrap or the side pieces of it. Then we do make the tartar. So we do yuke. Yeah. So
I think that's one thing that I really want to do is that it's a Wagyu tartar. Yeah, I love tartar in general, especially when it's beef. And then one of my favorite one is from this Korean place called Tembuche. They have.
Oh yeah, I know. I've been there.
Yeah. They had it with they have mixed salt, sesame oil with its strips, and then you just eat it with Asian pear. I thought that was like was like a great thing. I know it's very simple, but
it's good. Pears,
that's something that
apples, takuan, that kind of sour fruitiness. Always kind of cuts through the fat. Yeah. No, it's so good. Yeah. Amazing. So Wagyu toast, and what else do you have that uses Wagyu?
Wagyu right now is mainly just our nigiri and yeah, pretty
Nigiri and
much.
the toast.
Yeah, and then we have.
You say you don't use Wagyu for toast anymore.
Yeah, we don't use. I mean, I don't use that since I've left Hinata actually.
Why is that?
It's I figured out that it was too rich. A lot of people were saying that it was because of the toast. I already put butter and like toasted, and then uni cream was pretty heavy. I wouldn't say uni cream is super heavy, but then it does have that heavy content in it because I use miso and uni. Like that recipe has
and
miso uni.
You put on top too.
No, caviar.
Caviar.
Yeah.
Caviar.
Yeah, but I think a lot of like, cause if that toast was a smaller bite, then it would make sense. But because the toast was so big, it's this pretty much this long. So then with that, like maybe 2-3 bites would be too overwhelming because the toast does take 2-3 bites to eat it finish. Yeah, but
and I remember it's pretty thick too.
Yeah,
Your
it's pretty
toast is
thick.
pretty thick.
It's pretty thick. Yeah, it's pretty like this thick and this wide. Yeah. So, I mean, if you have it with negi toro, then it's more like you can have 2-3 bites and like it's more almost like eating a hand roll, but with a toast.
Toast is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, toast is so good.
Yeah.
I have a question. What do you think about the like hand roll type of business?
Oh, that's tough to say. I think it's
like would you do that because you could have totally done that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of opening Tadaima
That's true.
and then the other one.
I think with the hand roll, right now I'm not sure because I only know a certain amount of hand roll bars. For now, I think it's not a good. Definitely not a. It's not some like I think 2-3 places in the Bay Area is enough.
It's enough. I
don't think you should open.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I will open more hand roll places.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's something that it's.
And the reason is.
I think like when people want to eat sushi, right?
Yeah.
Like first thing, especially outside of Japan, people that when they think about sushi, first thing they would think about rolls. Yeah. Right. And then unless when you talk about omakase, first they think about is a set menu. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But with a sushi set menu. So but the thing is like when you first think about sushi, you wouldn't think about okay, let's go get a hand roll. You know, let's go get, you know. Yeah. But then like if you go to a sushi restaurant, hand rolls are available in a sushi restaurant. If people request hand rolls, they will order hand roll. Yeah. Like if you go to unless like everybody like 9 out of 10 people want hand roll, then they will go to a hand roll bar, right? But then even though a hand roll bar, they should have something like like appetizers and stuff because not people would just order hand roll unless. And also, I think a lot of the 2-3 hand roll places here are a little bit more pricey. When people think about, let's say if you go into a sushi restaurant, if you order 5 rolls, you can share with like 5 people, 5 rolls, and it's
pretty expensive too.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive, but then like you are sharing with 5 people, right? And then you will come out more satisfied than if you go to a hand roll and like you will spend more than maybe $50-$60 per person for like 3-4 hand rolls. Then because it is gonna be like people would think about those kind of stuff. It's so that's why it's hard to say like because I mean I never opened a hand roll place, but that's something that I would think about, But like I think for now, I think San Mateo has one.
Yeah, I think it does one. And I keep saying this about like hand roll concepts when it comes to like running sushi types of business. One person reached out to me because they wanted to open a restaurant and they wanted me to consult them, right? And they really wanted to do the hand roll, and I really told them like, do not do that. Yeah, because one, it's very trendy. Yeah. And like you said, right? Why would you spend $80 on hand roll when you can do that for like premium sushi? Yeah. And if you go to sushi restaurant, you also get hand roll, right? Yeah. And I also discussed with Tommy as well. It's kind of hyped up and it doesn't have the longevity as a business. Yeah. So I've been very skeptical about because I think this was maybe 3 years ago when you first came out. Yeah. When Kazunori came out and all those other places. I'm sure they're doing well, but for different reasons. For different reasons. Because Kazunori has sugarfish. So sugarfish is the main business, right? Yeah. So they're just using this scrap. That's correct. Right. So and then in that sense, it works. And I would say that if you already have a base restaurant that
you want to do something, that you're willing to risk something, then you definitely should, like do it, right? But then if you want to start like, it's like it's hard to cover the cost, like if you have all that, because rent is not cheap either, like nowadays. And I think having a good location, obviously good location and rent, that would be like the main thing that is gonna come up, right? Is when it's good location, rent is not cheap, and all the takeover fee and everything is not gonna be favor to you. It's gonna favor to what what they think that is gonna be.
You're right.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, the business performance is already kind of it's determined at the point.
It is
when you sign
the lease.
It's not so much about how much business you do, but if you're paying so much money at the end of the month,
it is. That's the tough, man. And it's like, that's why it's like, even open a sushi restaurant, like it's not just the rent or like the stuff, like it's the food, like the cost of the fish that you get. It's not like you opening like you make like chicken and rice, those are food costs is low. It's different, like if sushi is higher, fish is expensive, sushi chefs are expensive.
Sushi chefs are expensive.
Very expensive. That's why that's the tough, man.
It's so expensive.
Yeah,
man.
It's very expensive.
So I think this kind of leads to what we were talking about earlier. Food costs is going up.
Yeah.
And labor costs are only going up.
Yeah.
But it's hard for us to increase the price.
Yeah, it is hard.
Right? And I haven't publicly announced or anything yet, but I've been talking to my close friends that I want to do like a Japanese cafe or even like Japanese brunch or even breakfast. And because I sense that, and it's really interesting to hear from you as a business owner that you feel the same, that the sushi business the future is not that bright.
It is
okay now.
Okay, unless I also have, like a thought about those, right?
Yeah.
Unless we are switching it to a healthier option. Yeah. Maybe I switch my rice to a healthier rice or like something that will cater to people that want to eat healthy in general. And because I think like, a lot of like it depends on the area you're at. That is one of the main thing for sure. Caters to the neighbor. That's definitely one thing. Is that's why like a lot of restaurant that is not doing well in the neighbor is because maybe that they are not catered to their surroundings.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. I think it's a very good point.
Because it's like, if I have people that comes from like San Jose, from like even traveling, they come because they saw it online. They're like, okay, this place seems good. Yeah. But those are not like the people that you want to focus more on, because it's like it's the business that you want from the your neighborhood,
your community,
the community for sure. It's not like, that's why it's like I cannot charge too expensive. True. Because it's like I want my community, people in my community to come, and then like I want to talk to them, like how everything is here and stuff. And we do have regulars that are literally live right next door. They come every week, because like they like the place. Yeah. It's like it's averagely like it's not like too expensive. Like they can just have like enjoy their time here and then go home, Yeah. And I think with that, and that's what we're focusing on. That's why we it's that's something that we keep it up with the
I tell you everything. So omakase, right? It's like for a lot of like retail investors and business owners, omakase concept is like, wow, right? You look at it, these guys, they charge $200, $300 per person. Yeah. Look at how little the fish is on top of it. Yeah. You must be making a lot of money. Yeah. Let's do omakase, right? Yeah, yeah. And maybe since I started Yacht Sushi, since 2022, I got like handful of people reaching out to me, hey, can you consult me to open an omakase restaurant? Like from California, from New York. But like at the point you see it as an opportunity, it's already too late. Yeah, that is because true. People are already doing it, right? It's like you're catching the price at the top before you crash it, right?
And I think like consulting for like especially omakase, I think it's one of the hardest thing, is because once you're done with consulting, right? It's like because the style that you do, or like the that's you running the place, right? But if let's say you leave that place,
Yeah.
right, then
Yeah.
you don't know if the quality gonna go
Yeah.
down. You know, it's like that's the hardest part. You know, like
Tough.
yeah, it's very very tough. You know, like that's why it's like same as Okaeri, like. That's why one of us has to be there, like just to oversee. If not, then it's like you don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, because like somebody has to be there to like kind of do this, do the hard work, or like catch the slacks. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, very good insight. You know, and I think I've seen a handful of places
Yeah.
that are in Japanese food sector that are doing like cafes,
Yeah.
breakfast or brunches,
Yeah.
because they're already sensing it. You know.
Yeah. It is for business point of view. I think it's, you know, it's like we need to be able to like just watch like how everything, like, you know, how the movement is for like, you know, because each is like generational wise, you know. It's like now we all getting older, and then like there's younger crowds coming in, you know. You just have to following what it is, the you know, like what's like, yeah, you know. I think like just that's why like for Okaeri, like it's been 2 years, like we still trying to think like, you know, the menu, and you know, trying to change like little bit stuff, you know, in general, just like going with it. Like it's like just have to see ourselves, you know. I go out eat all the time, you know, just to see like what's out there, so I can get more like idea of like what I can change and everything, you know. Yeah,
learning from other businesses.
Definitely learn from a lot of businesses. Even though when I go out, like I look at weirdly, you know, even I go out and just look at places like, oh, well, you know, this place has been open for a while, or like, oh, this place is new, and then it's like, oh, how are they doing, you know, looking at their menu, you know, like what are they you know, focusing on and stuff like that. It's all like feels like work, but you know, it's like naturally like that's what we do.
That's how to say, I think it's lucky that you feel that way because you love what you're doing, right? So that's why you always think about work. Right?
It's more like it's naturally just like, okay, you know, even go to eat at sushi place, like, oh, you know, this is a nice chair, you know, where you get it from, you know,
where you get it from, or even like counter,
that
fish,
very weird. A lot of people are like, wait, this guy like asked too much questions.
I know, Do you, when you go to sushi restaurants, do you tell the chef that you're also the chef?
No, it's like, it's hard, like, because like I talk to the chefs in general, but I think for my personality, once I tell them that I'm a sushi chef, they're like, oh, you're a sushi, like, because they cannot tell, because I'm like always laughing, like just talking.
Up.
But like it's I mean, like I try, like I whenever I visit a place, I know the people there, like I just know before I visit, like, because I know them.
So you go to the same place.
I try to go to the same place, or like I mean, like whenever I go try a new place, or like I just know a friend that is working there, that I try to visit them. You know, but like I think sushi restaurant in the city now, it's I mean, I think I've tried enough to know that like what is out there. It's just, you know, it's I think it depends, like if a new generation, like some people doing something new is popping up, you know. Same as I think one thing that it was as new to the sushi scene, that I really thought that I really like the place, but I know a lot of people like it's a half-half. Some people don't like, some people like. It's Robin. I thought Robin was new is because it's like they cater to, I would say, new school sushi, because it's like they don't do the regular traditional sushi that for people that like traditional sushi. So I think like that was something that like I'm very like look out for. It's like, okay, you know, like somebody's doing something different.
Is that how you get inspirations from?
Yeah, I would say I get an inspiration for something like that, because it's like you're not stuck with the old mindset. You know, like you have to open a sushi restaurant that is, you know, like it's same as like before people come in, they say, are you Japanese? You know, like, because I don't think there's many Japanese sushi chef that is like, you know, I mean there is, but there's not many, you know, but there is some other, like I'm my dad is Chinese.
Okay, you know, I have a question. So I think naturally Japanese chefs have advantage from that point of view.
I would say so. Yeah, you know, I would definitely say so.
Not because we are better, but because we are Japanese.
Yeah.
And when people go to sushi restaurants, they ask, hey, are you Japanese, right? Yeah. And a lot of them actually they like that the chef is Japanese.
That is
right?
true, yeah.
So when they ask you that, like, how do you feel? Number one, And then how do you handle that?
I don't feel anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I pretty much just say no,
Mhm.
you know, and
Mhm.
then they like much of a reaction. There's not much of a reaction, but I think at the beginning, I think the problem I had before was because I was younger, so
Mhm.
then it was more like I'm not old enough to. I'm not old
Oh
enough to.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they think that I'm not old enough to
Maybe
be.
that's more of a
Yeah, that's more
concern to
because more
them
concern
than
for
you
them.
not
Yeah.
being Japanese or whatever.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah. If I'm
Yeah.
not Japanese at that time, it's like it's like you know. I
Mhm.
mean, it's
It's pretty racist
pretty
when you
ra-
think about it.
yeah, but I think at that time I don't get much of it. I think because maybe I look like I don't know. I don't think I
Mhm.
look like Japanese, but then yeah. I mean, I don't get like are you Japanese? They would say are you from Japan?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. Are
usually
you from Japan?
yeah, yeah.
Like it's kind of weird
Yeah.
because in California there are not many occasions where you ask someone in public like,
Yeah.
are you from America?
Mhm.
Or like are you from Japan? Or are
Yeah.
you from China?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
Yeah, very interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get the intention,
Mhm.
but it's interesting
Yeah.
because I have some staffs that in my company that are not Japanese,
Mhm.
and her biggest insecurity was that basically her not being Japanese.
I see.
So she always asks me like, how should I handle that? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, like for like let's say manners or like how like just in general. Like
Yeah. So
talking
I
to-
think she feels more insecure about it. For no reasons. You know, I
Yeah.
don't think
Mhm.
it matters.
Mhm.
If you're good,
That is true.
you're qualified, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to be Japanese to
That
be
is
good,
true.
or
Yeah.
Korean or Chinese. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what because I also like thought to myself, it's kind of hard. It's a little it's hard to give her good advice because if I were also non-Japanese, then maybe I would have felt the same.
Mhm.
But because I'm Japanese, and when they ask me that question, I take that to my advantage, basically,
yeah.
right? Like all the way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
from Japan, and I
Yeah.
grew up.
I mean, I think that works. You
Yeah.
know, like I mean, either way, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
but it's just like I think you just have to be strong.
Yeah.
For what you
Confident.
stand for, confident.
Yeah.
Because like when people say
That's
am
what
I
I tell
Japanese?
her all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
tell. That's what I
Yeah.
tell her all the time.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. So like whenever people ask me, I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
I'm from Solomon Islands, and then like they're like, oh, God, then
Yeah,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
they would pick the interest to be like, oh, Solomon Islands, where is
Yeah.
that?
By
And
the
was
way, I
like,
didn't know that you're from there. Till today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I thought I told you, but I've probably not.
So
yeah.
hold on, where is that?
So Solomon Islands is its own country. It's a very small country in the South Pacific. It's near Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
island, right?
It's not just one island. It's like there's like over 900 islands, but like it's
900
the
islands?
Solomon Islands. Yeah, it's on the South Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I didn't learn much about where I'm from because like when I was younger, my dad sent me to China. When my dad is Chinese, so he sent me to China for like 5 years to learn the culture and everything, the language. And then I went back there. The only the most memory I made was when I was there at 11 years old for a year and a half, or about 2 years. That's when I know it was like, oh, Solomon Islands, because when I was 6, I don't really, remember that I was there. But most of my memories like in China, there a little bit there and mostly here.
Yeah.
Came here when I was 13 with my family. Yeah, and then ever since like I've been here and then
Do you go
like,
back there?
I don't go back often.
Mhm.
Not as often that I would like to because it's super far and also it's expensive. Like because there's no direct flight to like straight to Solomon
Do you have
Islands.
family there?
My mom's side, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, my
Okay.
dad's side's all here already.
Mhm.
This is my mom's side. My cousins, my uncles, they're all like
Really?
my mom's side's there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one thing. I was making jokes like, well, I should open a sushi restaurant there. But my mom went there recently, and then she took a picture of like a sushi restaurant. I was like, oh, there's a sushi restaurant there. Yeah, but it's very interesting.
It's a tiny place.
It's I would say it's still it's pretty small. I would say compare wise, it's still like third world. I would say third world country. Feels like it's not too developed. It's very very still slow on building and everything. So but I would maybe in the future I would go back and open something there. I don't know. It's
Right.
it's something. It's easier for me to do that because I have family there.
Do you have like the end goal to your career?
End goal. I never thought about that far yet, but then I think right now it's more like just like because opportunity like this right now I would say that luckily that we all like me and my partners like we all have the opportunity to expand and like grow more. So our goal now is just to be able to handle more business on our side and like more stress hopefully because we're still young, maybe till later on then we won't be as have the energy to do so. So right now is just that's what we're doing, you know. And but I mean end goal I always want to, I wouldn't say like relax, but I'll be able to just, you know, do more traveling. I definitely want to go try some. I mean, wouldn't retire that early, but I want to travel to different countries to try different places like food wise. Because I mean,
but
that's
you like food, right?
I like food in general. I love eating.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's, you know, like every all my days off, all I do is go eat. I don't. Really do anything.
I see all over your Instagram.
Yeah.
But I feel like you go to the same spots almost all the
I usually go same spots.
A lot of times it's Chinese food too.
I do. I love Chinese food.
Yeah.
You know, like dim sum.
I mean, they're good.
Dim sum, I love it. I grew up eating dim sum.
Give me your recommendations in San Francisco.
San Francisco, I go to this place called Dragon Lounge.
Dragon Lounge?
Yeah, Dragon Lounge. It's on Gary 17.
Okay.
Yeah, that place is good. I mean, in my opinion, I just go there all the time. Yeah. And then recently I go there all the time too. The ones that I just recently went, it's called H&L Peninsula.
H&L Peninsula.
Yeah,
okay.
HL Peninsula. It's by the airport. Yeah, that one I go to quite often. But I'm sure there's better places, you know, out there. But that's something that, you know, I grew up pretty much going like in San Francisco. Yeah, go to yeah. And then I mean I try to, and I mean being a sushi chef, I mean you think that I eat a lot of sushi, but I actually don't. Like
yeah, I mean
don't. I tried it. I try him, but I really
Yeah.
don't. You know, like a lot of people ask me like, oh yeah, you eat sushi every
Do
day.
you eat
Must
sushi
be
every day?
nice. I was like, yeah, I smell it every night. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, I mean omakase I do go eat, but that was before like I'm more like just doing homework, you know, like just going see what people research and stuff. But like in general, yeah, I love other cuisine. I love pho, you know, I like hot pot.
Have you ever thought of quitting
being
sushi?
A chef? Ooh, probably never.
Really?
It's just, it's like, you know, it's like people that are doing like computer work or like being a tech, like doing this, doing that. Like I have a brother and he likes doing that stuff. I mean, that's his passion, you know. But like me, I cannot sit in a computer for like too long. Like that's why it's like if making menu, I don't even go through like. I need somebody make me a platform already. Then I type in the word. I type in like okay number and whatever font I need to do. That's it. Yeah. But if you tell me like all right, you gotta put it this. You know, you're gonna create a URL or whatever. I can't do that. It's I need to be more hands-on in stuff, you know, like walking around. I cannot just sit there for
Your mind is very busy.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I think a lot of chefs are like that.
Yeah, usually it's like even though in the car or like just walking around, just looking at something, I just think about like like
you know,
like
Taku told me he would never write a book again. Because he spent so many days and hours that he had to stay home when it's so sunny out there, nice.
Yeah. That's something that
work on numbers and write.
It's that is not for me. I'd be truly like this is some like right. All that stuff is like it's some like Janet can do it, you know. She's so
What's
good.
her responsibility? Is she like front of the house?
She take care of all the front of the house, hiring wise, marketing. Let's say if we need new sake, like new stuff, like she would look for new companies and trying to get in more business for that. And definitely marketing. Marketing is something that she's really good at. Like I would say I'm pretty good at marketing, dude, but my marketing is more like on the food or like you know, just.
You work with
that way people wise.
A lot of influencers too, right? Do you?
Yeah. Well, Yan is one of the first.
Yeah, one of them.
Tina. Like they're always there.
They're super nice.
Help. They're super nice. They're always there to help me. You know, which is like that's something that also very grateful. You know. Yeah. Very very nice to have friends
good
like
influencers
that.
are very very nice. Yeah. Cool, man. What else was I gonna ask? I was gonna ask something, but it comes to me. So you pretty much how many days of the week do you work now?
I work 6 days,
6 days.
but sometimes if it's like some certainties comes up, like I have to work 7 straight, you know, like Valentine's, work pretty much 14 days straight because of all the busyness and everything, and I had to plan for the tuna breakdown. The tuna breakdown was on the same week as Valentine's, the end of the week, so that was very stressful because like menu planning was okay. It's just like the reservation planning, and also like on the spot we didn't have like a practice. We didn't have a practice run like, okay, we should.
So when last time did you cut the tuna before that?
Before that, it was the same week. I just had a half tuna.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I had just half tuna, but I was like.
But not the whole tuna.
Not the whole tuna.
When was the last time you
that
did
was
the whole tuna?
That was a Rokacore.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a Rokacore. The whole tuna was a Rokacore. Yeah, any other place was just half or quarter. But the biggest one I've cut in Rokacore was a 450 pound.
That's massive. Wait. 450 pounds?
450 pound.
That's very huge.
That's big. That's really big. That's almost 200 kg.
Wait, that's
200. Yeah.
How much did you guys pay for it? Do you
that one at that time was pretty. That was pretty cheap at that time. It was about.
That's Mexican bluefin, right?
No, it was Spain farm raised. Yeah, that was big. Yeah, wow. 450. It was 4K. Yeah, at that time it was not as expensive as $4,000
price.
Yeah, that's a very good price.
Yeah,
it's about at that time it was about $10 per pound. Like we
because right now it's like
right now Mexican
$20 pound.
Oh, sorry. Right? Yeah, right now Spain I think is about 17 to 19. But if it's whole, then you can get it for slightly cheaper because the head is heavy. Yeah, you can get it probably.
What did you use with the head?
The head I give it to a friend. But then, because I didn't have because it was a live tuna breakdown, so we didn't have time to do the head in general. But if I would keep the head, I probably would smoke it. Smoke it for like maybe 10 hours. Then it just like breaks down easy, and it covers all the, the bloody or like the flavor of So I would definitely smoke it. Yeah, but a lot of people that I know, the one that I gave it to, he likes to make it to a stew. With the tuna head, and then with the eyes. Like I think that's the main thing that he likes, like the cheeks, the head over here, the head meat.
I actually didn't know that meat. Tuna can be used for a lot of things. All the parts. Yeah, tuna has.
I think in Japan, I don't forget if it's in Japan and in Korea. There's this place not this place, but there's this guy that's buy the tuna eye just to make stew, and it's like the tuna eye.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like fish eyes is like really good for you. So it's like it's almost like delicious. Gelatin. Yeah. So he just make it to stew and just. That's what he sells. I think that's what he sells.
Has like big eyes too.
Oh yeah.
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 Right.
Yeah, and then tuna chicks. Yeah. Like that's something that I have had before was really good. But other than that, the rest of the fish we use it for, like the tuna bone marrow. We use it for like the bone marrow shot with kushi oyster, ikura, and uni.
Nice.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Good,
and then some of the part that one of the chef that I do collaboration with on the tuna breakdown, he brought a tuna. So Shinpei, he's actually also Japanese, but he's from LA, and I did a collaboration with his my friend and him, and then he brought in a tuna prosciutto.
Tuna prosciutto.
He made a tuna prosciutto. And then how he flattened out was with a tortilla press, which is pretty cool. Yeah. He slices super thin. He aged it for like 2 weeks ish, and then
does he salt it?
Salted, yeah. It wasn't as salty as I thought it would be, but like he made a pretty good like brine for it, and then he vacuum packed, and then just let it age for like 2 weeks. Comes out looking really good. All the fat is like glistening. So then he just like plastic wrap, smash it a little bit, so it's like this big. It's like see through.
Yeah.
And then that was our first course. Like people comes in, and then we serve it on the side of a sake glass. And you just take a shot and eat it.
That's a good experience.
It's pretty good experience, I think so.
Nice.
Yeah, it runs. I think it runs pretty smooth. Like we had our host. My friend was the host that doing all the work. It was like rowdy, fun.
Yeah.
People are like engaging with like all this stuff.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. It was very engaging. Like towards the end, we had to give out the hand roll on their hand.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's just like very engaging. So it's something that, I think now people are out more. So then there's something that people want to do. It's not like, I think like, let's say omakase, because when when it's too serious, like everybody's quiet, right?
Yeah,
When everybody's quiet, it's so hard to.
We actually try not to be that way.
Yeah,
I think some people like it.
some people do like it, not gonna
but
lie.
also there's a good balance.
Yeah.
So it, I don't want us to be too intimidating.
Yeah.
So we're trying to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
Do you have any recommendations for the next guest
Next guest
for this podcast?
for these podcasts.
Do you know any chef
Oh,
that's interesting?
let me see.
I mean, it can be someone that you know, or it can be someone that you like, or you don't. It doesn't have to be someone you personally know.
Yeah. Let me think right now. Somebody interesting. I would say Shinpei, but he's busy at LA if I ever visit here. But
What does he do normally?
he's also a sushi chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
He's
he
also-
own a restaurant?
He's worked at a place called Sushi Zo.
Sushi Dough?
Zo.
Okay.
Zo.
Mhm.
Yeah. Z-O. Yeah.
Shinpei, you said, right?
Shinpei. Yeah.
Shinpei.
I forwarded his
Yeah.
Instagram to you
Send me that,
later.
yeah.
Yeah. Super cool. Maybe when you go down to
Newport.
Newport, you
yeah,
can
Yeah.
He
Now I know how to set these things up.
yeah.
Thank you for waiting.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
No worries.
Master was
Yeah.
waiting for like 2 hours
Yeah.
while I was trying to set up all
It's
the
good though.
equipments.
I was just walking around to check out
Yeah.
the space, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
this
I have the
was-
whole day.
I think it went really well. I think it
Mhm.
covered almost all the questions, but
Yeah. I mean, we can always do another one later, you know,
Sure.
like if it's like later on after maybe like open more place,
Mhm.
whatever that,
Yeah.
you know, when you're free.
I can actually do this on the
Yeah.
boat too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can
so
definitely do
I
it.
can bring this set up.
Wait,
and-
aren't you doing a thing on with the was it yakitori?
Yeah, we are. We are
Yeah,
doing it
on May, right?
in April.
April?
Yeah.
Because Yen told me.
Yeah.
Yen told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In April. I mean, there's no reason for us to just do one time.
Yeah,
So
that's
we
for
can do
sure.
multiple times.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure. That's cool, man.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
pretty interesting projects coming up. So, for Daiji Yacht Club, we have the sushi and the yakitori on a yacht.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a new version of a brunch on a yacht that's
Mhm.
also coming up.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have? We have the, it's more like a party style events
Mhm.
that we host at Hiroshi.
Mm-hmm.
That's more for the VIPs.
Mm-hmm.
But we have interesting projects coming up
Yeah.
for the spring and summer.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good to hear.
Yeah. It
Well,
always attracts, more
that is for
people
sure.
and then
Mhm.
people to actually come back.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have more projects too, but but slowly,
Mhm.
getting one step at a time.
What's
It's
your
not-
goal this year for your business?
goal this year?
One
huh?
goal.
One goal, huh? Probably I want for because 6 table is just open and the
Mhm.
Tadaima just open. We just trying to not to get into quick, like slower, trying to enjoy a
Just
little bit,
work on it.
work on it, not too how do you say, too fast about a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Mhm.
We're trying to step back a little bit and work on more detailing and a
Mhm.
lot of the
Mhm.
restaurant in details, and because I know there's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed, because it's only been 2 years that we opened Okaeri, and it's only been 7 months that we open, 6-7 months we open Tadaima, and then only be 5 months that we open
Mhm.
6 tables. So I think everything is a little bit it's smoother, but then it's there's more stuff to work on.
Sure.
For sure,
Yeah.
so just slow down, step back a little bit,
Mhm.
focusing on these 3 plays, and if the next spot that is coming up, then need to be planned better ahead.
Mhm. But you say you're looking into another
yeah,
spot.
it's actually already taken.
Wow.
It's already
wow.
taken by us, so
Yeah.
it's
How much can you tell us about what you're working on?
I cannot tell that much yet, because
Mm.
we are still I wouldn't say concept, but concept is already there, but then it's just the planning. It's
Mm.
it's it has to be better.
Is
so
it going
that-
to be Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's something that we are comfortable with.
Mhm.
It's I wouldn't say we're really good at it, but
Mm.
we are very we're more knowledgeable in Japanese
Mhm.
cuisine than I would say than other ones. And yeah, I mean, this is what we do right now, so
Yeah.
it's it's exciting.
Good
yeah,
stuff.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe once you open up that spot, maybe you can come back
Yeah.
and we can talk about
definitely, man.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for
For
thanks
sure.
for coming here and
Yeah.
then being
Thank-
open to chat with me.
Yeah,
It was
for
great,
sure.
man.
I'm always down.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you.
All right. All right. We did it.
All right, we did it, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Let's go.
Others?
Yeah.
All right.